Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You are watching English Guidance. In this video, today I'm going to discuss about your English language paper, about your English language format, rules, regulations, and I will give you some guidelines to score better marks in your exam. This is specially for class 9 and class 10 students. I really find that students are getting poor marks, especially in language paper comparison to literature paper. In literature, they are learning the questions, they are going through the text thoroughly and they are answering it. Somehow they are getting good marks. Okay, but in language, you need to understand the rules. You need to understand the format. Just going on writing won't do the work. You have to understand each and everything in your language paper properly before answering or before attempting any questions. So, I'm going to discuss everything. Don't go anywhere. Stay with me and keep watching my full video. Now, general instructions. Those who are going to appear for class 10 final exams, Icse exam. So for them especially, when you are getting your question paper, utilize that 15 minutes reading time properly. First of all, you need to read the question paper carefully throughout. Next, try to understand the instructions and follow it. Number 3, you have to make proper numberings when you are answering the questions. Suppose when you are answering question number 1, make sure your number should be question number 1A, B or C. Just don't write only question number 1. Or somewhere I find that a student answering question number 2, but she is giving question number 1 in numbering. So don't do these sorts of mistakes. It will penalize you. And next is the final one. After completing your answer sheet, just revise your paper thoroughly. You will surely get some time. I think if you practice hardly, you will surely get time in your exams to revise it. So revise your paper thoroughly. These are the general instructions you should follow. You should know before going to give your ICSE exam. Question number 1 of your language paper, you are getting composition, which is the options are 5. Within that, you have to select one and you have to answer that. Always remember, if you are trying to write question number 1B, then must give 1B, not C. Don't make these sorts of mistakes. Okay, now generally compositions, in compositions you are required to write within 300 to 350 words. Don't make too short, don't make too long. Compositions usually test students' linguistic ability and their power of expressions. In this part, students generally lose the marks more. So you have to follow general rules and general format to gain more marks. So when you are starting to write your composition, just keep few things in your mind. Number 1, choice of topic. Select the composition from the option of 5. Select composition very carefully. That composition must suit your ability power to write. It must match to your interest and knowledge section. You should ask yourself and try to understand that you should have the capacity to elaborate your essay. You should ask yourself that whether you can elaborate it or not, whether you have full knowledge regarding the topic or not. If it is matched to all the section, then good, go for it. Otherwise, don't write. Try something another. Next is, if the question of your essay is divided into 2 or more parts, then try to elaborate one part in one paragraph in section wise. It will help you. Next is, utilize that 15 minutes of reading time. In between that, chalk out the plans. Chalk out the points which you are going to add in your essay. Next, number 2 is organization. After you are getting your booklet or your answer sheet, just organize the points in the rough area so that when you are writing, it will help you to see the points and write quickly. You will also not forget the points. Next is style and language. Now this is very important. Your writing style should be simple and lucid. You are not required to use any bombastic words or anything. Just try to write in a simple, correct sentence. That's it. It will do the work. You don't need to write any sentence with so many punctuations, with so many prepositions, conjunctions. No. Try to attend it simple, constructive, grammatically perfect. Your sentence should be simple. There should be no grammatical errors. The next point is, your essay should not be too short nor too long. It should be within 300 to 350 words. Don't make it below 200 words, or don't go for above 400 to 500 words. It will penalize you. Next point is spellings and handwriting. Your handwriting should be neat and clean. Your clean handwriting can gain you more marks. It creates a good impression. Next, do not use any slangs, any abusive words, any vulgar words in your essay. Do not use any SMS language like you instead of you. Do not use American spellings like COLOR instead of COLOUR. Next point is, the last point is revision. You need to revise your essay thoroughly after completing it. If you are making any mistakes, if you find any errors, then just strike it off. Just give one stroke and correct it. Do not overwrite it. Do not make any untidy work. Just give one stroke and write it down. Dirty work, untidy work, overwriting may cause in losing more marks. The next point is, if you are missing any lines or something in between your essay, just give one star mark there and continue it in one another page. Put that same star over there and you can start writing from there. Okay, but your work should be neat and clean. Then only it will be considered. Otherwise, no, your marks will be deducted. So keep all those points in your mind vividly. Now I am coming to the last section, that is types of composition. Usually in number 1A, in numbering I am talking, in number 1A, students usually get narrative essay. Now what is narrative essay? In narrative essay, you are supposed to narrate, you are supposed to describe any incident which you have gone through or which you have been eyewitnessed. You already been experienced that situation and now you have to write the detailed analysis of that situation or event or accident. You need to write the proper description of that event, of that person, of that sequence, of that atmosphere and everything. Even your own feelings. These are the points required to be explained in narrative essay. And don't forget to make your essay in 3 different paragraphs. You have to make 3 different paragraphs. One is introduction, then the body of the essay, then the conclusion. You can do more than 3. It is okay, but the minimum is you have to do 3 paragraphs. Otherwise, you will be penalized. Now, the next point is descriptive. Usually, you will get descriptive essay. In this section, students are required to describe any events or any accident thoroughly, starting from atmosphere, time, date, reasons behind, number of persons involved, number of persons' feelings, their appearance, their looking, everything. You have to describe it thoroughly and minutely. Everything you have to describe in paragraphs. This is what you required in descriptive essay. Number 3 point is argumentative. Argumentative is a debatable topic. You have to choose for or against the topic and you have to go on explaining that. Suppose your question is homework should be abolished, right? For or against the topic. If you think that it should be abolished, then you have to write the reasons, you have to write the circumstances, their results, and everything. Why you are taking it seriously, why you are writing for the topic that it should be abolished. Your expression should prove that yes, you are providing various points in the essay which shows that homework should be abolished. And if you are going against the topic, then again you need to do the same, that you have to write down in 3 paragraphs or more than that, and you have to clear your points that why you are saying that it should not be abolished. You are going against the topic and you have to provide your proper reasons for that. Why you are objecting that topic, what are the reasons, what are the circumstances, what are the beneficial part, what is the advantages, what are the disadvantages, what are the importance, benefits, results, outcome, everything you have to write in paragraphs. Okay, this is what about argumentative topic. Now the fourth part is story writing. Now the story writing is also divided into many subparts. Number 1 is originality. Your story should not be a copyright of any original story or movies. It should be a real one that comes out of you. It should not be based on any real movies, stories, novels, etc. Next, number 2 is plot, which is another important thing when you are writing a story. Plot is you have to write about the atmosphere, about a certain place where the story is taking place. Next, another important part for story writing is characters. You have to use 2 or 3 characters in your story, or more than that you can use, and obviously you have to write their names, you have to give their names, and you have to show in the essay that they have some relation among them and they are also conversing among them. You have to show in the essay. Then the next point is dialogues. Yes, now here what I am talking about previously, the characters are need to talk among themselves, they need to conversing among themselves. You have to write here, you have to use direct and indirect sentences. Next is beginning and end. Yes, just if you have already seen in your movies, in books, how a story or how a movie starts and ends. When you are beginning a story, that first paragraph should consist of the introduction of the place, introduction of the characters, introductions of everything. You have to introduce that, and at the end you have to give climax. Of course, your story should consist of twist and turns, suspense. It may be happy ending, it may be sad ending, it may be a tragedy, it may be anything, but you have to use among them any points you have to use in your essay, that it should be a happy ending or tragedy or sad ending. It can be a love story also. Now the last part, number 5, is picture composition. Now the picture composition can be narrative, argumentative, descriptive, of anything. You have to study the picture thoroughly and you have to understand it and you have to write. what you are getting, what you are understanding from this picture. You have to write it in your own way. While writing the picture composition, you have to also keep this in your mind, that there should be a close relationship between the picture and your composition. A mere description of the picture is not acceptable in the picture composition. So these are the few points you have to keep in your mind, and you have to follow these guidelines. And if you follow these guidelines and rules, and I don't think you will lose marks here. Of course you will get. So I'm telling each and every students, not only who are appearing for ICSE, to all those students who are studying, who are about to write the essays in ICSE format, they should follow these rules, they should follow these guidelines, and by following these guidelines they should grow. It will help them more when they will appear for class 10. Now say goodbye to your bad marks of your English language. Start following these guidelines, these rules. Of course you will start gaining more marks in your language exam. Yes, I will be coming back with my new and more videos, and I will also provide formats of email, letters and notice. I will be uploading my next video on that only. So till then, love you all. Keep supporting me, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Especially don't forget to ring the bell button there. It will help you to get notification of my recent videos. Till then, bye, take care, have a nice day.